Hi, welcome back to Transparent UTR. This is Alice. Today we're going to be talking about how to go about renaming yourself and basically recreating yourself as your new self. If you're going through the whole transgender thing and you're thinking about transitioning and you're thinking about hormone therapy, first step you're probably going to want to make is going through the legal name change. Which I know for some can be a little bit scary to think about because you think, I have to go through the court system and everything like that. But honestly, it's not as bad as you might think, and that's basically what we're going to go over today. So when you go about name change, you're going to want to fill out a bunch of forms and petitions and everything like that, and just try to do as much research as you can. If you're from Massachusetts, I know there's a couple fines that you have to pay, but you can get a IFIP, which is a form that can waiver the fee of a legal name change when you go through the court system. Basically how that works, it's a little form that you fill out, and it basically says, hey, do you want to waiver the fee? What is the cost of the fee and everything like that? And you can turn that into them, which is the county clerk, and they'll send it to the court, and they'll see if you can have your fee waived, which is a good thing to go through because it's fairly expensive to get your name changed. I think it's like Massachusetts $150 to get a legal name change, and then a bunch of court fees and like county clerk fees and everything like that. So to get that IFIP, you're going to want to, when you go to get the form to get the legal name change, go and ask for an IFIP, see if you can have your fee waived or a fee wavering form. You would just fill that out with your legal name change form, and you turn that both into the clerk, and then you can go through the entire process. The court can decide to not waiver the fee, which in that case you would have to pay the some odd dollars. It's going to be a little expensive. So make sure you have money in your account to pay for the fees. Make sure you have around like $200 because of all the filing fee and all the clerk fees. And yeah, there's that part. But then if you have driver's license and IDs and all that kind of stuff, you're going to need to get those re-updated. If you have a learner's permit, you don't really have to worry about that because you can get it changed by license day. But if you have, let's say, a debit card, then you would have to go through the bank and see if you can get the name change. You just have to show legal verification that you got the name change and everything. And if you have like credit cards and everything for like businesses, then I think most of them have them online to set up name changes and everything like that, so it shouldn't be that much of an issue. This entire process is sort of like the same thing you would have to go through if you're getting married and getting your maiden name changed to your spouse's maiden name. So it's not that difficult of a process if you think about it that way, because you can just be like, if your parents are accepting of it, then you could be like, hey, is it okay if I can go get the name change? And then they'll be like, yeah, how do you do it? It's just like, it's the same way that you did it, and you can just go through it like that. But I feel like it shouldn't be that difficult, and it isn't that difficult. But the hardest part for me, I believe, is the DMV situation, not because of its actual difficulty, because of the long waiting. We all know the jokes about it. One made in Zootopia, that was hysterical. But what you just gotta do is just go to the DMV and see if you can get the name change they have. I know in Massachusetts, when you're signing up for the name change, they ask if you are transgender. Not personally, but they will ask on the forum saying if you're transgender and have a name change, a legal one, which is super helpful because then you just literally fill out the name that you want, and you pass it in, and then they'll set all that up. And I'm not sure if there's any fees about that, but I sincerely doubt there is, because you're just going to go for a license, and it's just going to cost the same amount for a license, just with the name change on it. But yeah, this is just like a short little thing about it. If you need any like resources, I know you would have to look it up by state, so just look up your state regulations about that, and I hope you have luck with that. But anyways, this has been Transparent UTR. This is Alice, and I hope you have a nice day.